When it comes to food storage, the refrigerator isn't always your best option. Many foods actually stay fresher and taste better when stored outside the fridge. Discover 13 foods that grow best when stored at room temperature and learn how to keep them at their best. 1. Tomatoes. Refrigerating tomatoes can cause them to become mushy and lose their flavor. Store them at room temperature for 1-2 days to keep them fresh. Storing them at room temperature for long periods of time can lead to spoilage. 2. Melons. These fruits are best left out of the fridge. Refrigerating them can cause them to become mushy and lose their fresh texture. Store them at room temperature to keep them fresh. Once cut, refrigerate and use within 3 to 4 days. 3. Potatoes. Cold temperatures can change the starch in potatoes, affecting their flavor and texture. Store in a cool, dry place to keep them fresh and firm. Avoid refrigeration to maintain their natural quality. 4. Basil. This aromatic herb can wilt and darken if refrigerated. For optimal freshness, soak basil in a cup of room temperature water. This method helps preserve their fresh flavor and appearance. 5. Bananas. Refrigerating bananas will interrupt the ripening process and cause the skin to turn black. Let bananas ripen at room temperature to enjoy their natural sweetness and texture. 6. Garlic. Garlic can sprout and become tough when exposed to cold and moisture. Store garlic in a dry, well-ventilated area to keep it fresh and flavorful. 7. Bread. Bread can become dry and stale if refrigerated. For a soft, fresh loaf, leave it at room temperature or freeze it for longer storage. Avoid refrigerating it to maintain its desired texture. 8. Coffee beans. Refrigerating coffee beans can cause them to absorb moisture and odors from other foods. To preserve the beans' rich flavor, store them in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. 9. Honey. Honey crystallizes when refrigerated, which can make it difficult to use. Keep honey at room temperature to maintain its smooth, pourable consistency. 10. Olive oil. Olive oil can become cloudy and solidify in the refrigerator. Store in a cool, dark place to keep it clear and maintain quality. 11. Citrus fruits. Lemons, oranges, and other citrus fruits lose their juiciness when stored in the refrigerator. For best flavor, store them at room temperature and only refrigerate them if you need to store them for a long time. 12. Avocados. Leaving them unripe can slow down the ripening process and change their texture if refrigerated. Let them ripen at room temperature and then refrigerate them if needed. 13. Carrots. Carrots can dry out and lose their crispness when refrigerated. Keep them at room temperature for short periods of time to maintain their freshness and crispness. By understanding how to properly store these 13 foods, you can ensure they stay at their freshest and most flavorful. Remember, while the refrigerator is an essential tool for preserving many foods, it isn't always the best choice for everything. Keeping these foods at room temperature can help maintain their quality, texture, and flavor. Use these tips to optimize your food storage practices and enjoy the best flavor your ingredients have to offer.